I'm going to go through and review this article for the review of the setup, and this is for the PixAI in this case. So just going to expand all attachments, show everything here, and I went ahead and I already opened these up for us. So this is the checklist, and I'm just going to go through and show you what I'm looking for and how I go through the reviews, and hopefully that'll help you when you're going through and setting them up and know exactly what I'm looking for. And this should cut down on the back and forth of, something was missed, maybe something didn't get completed or didn't get completed as I need it to be. So for clarification, let's have this video for basically a clarification of my review so you can plan ahead. All right, so in the checklist here, I'm going to go down to the VA section, and it looks like the first one here is just sharing the documents of the content calendar for the team. Maybe we should move this. I'm not sure yet. This is a newer checklist for us, so we can improve it as we go along. So if you feel like it's easier to maybe move this down to the bottom of the form as one of the last things you do, so you don't forget, let's talk about it. If not, we can leave it right here, and you can scroll back up and look to make sure you didn't miss anything. Okay, and so on the setup of the Neuron Writer, you've done everything here. I did line this one out here. This should be removed from the template of the checklist here. That's something that the editors will do, the content team. The only thing I don't see here is I don't see any suggested keywords to be removed. So let's take a look and let's see if there should be any keywords to be removed when we get to the review of Neuron Writer. You also didn't check that you created the analysis, but you did. It's here. This is the analysis, so we can go ahead and check that one off. Save the analysis. You already did that. Assign a writer and a due date. I don't know if you did that already. We'll have to get out of the file here and check that, so we can check that later. We'll go back up to the top here for continuing on. So the optimization access, really that's just, when you're creating it, make sure you set up just content editor and get the link. Now setting up the Trello card, as you know, I start creating the Trello card, and then the VA will finish the Trello card setup. So here it is. Most of it looks like it's all set up pretty well. We got the persona, the owner persona, and the company history. And again, those are there by default. But I always want you to just check and make sure that for some reason maybe they didn't get copied over, or they didn't get added, just to have them available for the team, because they use that to write the articles with. All right, and then the documents that should be attached to the Trello card. Let's take a look here. We got, it doesn't look like you checked off anything here, so just be sure you check off all the boxes, because I look for, to make sure that, everything was done before I actually get to my review and review this. All right, so attach a Google Drive Persona folder, if I can say that correctly, which is there by default. So we can check that one off. The WordPress file, the Neuron Writer file, let's check those. Okay, here's Neuron Writer, here's WordPress. So it looks like you have those two. Let's go ahead and just open them up, make sure that they work, and looks like we did get a new update for Neuron Writer, so we have a new interface here. So it probably looks a little bit different than what you might have been used to in the other videos. but everything's still there. So just minimize this thing, get it out of the way for you. This is that menu bar that used to be over here and the little three dots. I guess they moved it over here on this side now. Then you have this toolbar as well for the everything that used to be at the top has been moved and migrated over here. So you just hit this little bar here and that'll minimize that, kind of give you some more space here. All right, so we do have everything there. It is working. So we can go ahead and look at that checklist again and check that off. Whoop, wrong one. So the WordPress setup, let's see if that's working. So on the WordPress link, we'll click on that one. We'll open it up. Again, I just want you to check it, make sure that the link actually works after you add it to make sure that the team can open it up as well. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, while I have this open, actually I think I have another tab here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and close that one. I'll come back to that when I do my review. But it is there, so you've attached it. The blog content template. Blog content brief. And there it is. Oh, that's not that one. I'm sorry. The content brief's under there, but we'll go ahead and check that out. The content template. I called it a content template only because there's multiple content templates. One is for product reviews. One's a product roundup. One is a listicle. The other one is a how-to. So I'm just calling it a general blog content template, so you know what I'm talking about. That way I don't have to write each specific one, because again, this is a template, so it would be kind of hard to put all four of them on there when it's only specifically for one. So it is there. The template is there. We'll go back and take a look real quick, and that is really just the product review template. And since this is a product review, we need to make sure that they have the right template there. Now that template also, as you know, is also a Neuron Writer. Okay, that's the product review right here that we put in there. And I got to figure out where they moved that to. I guess it would be over here now. So it's probably, maybe they removed it. I don't see it. Import contents. Yeah, it looks like they removed it. Either that or I'm just not looking at the, oh, that's where the competition one moved to. Okay. If they did move it, not a big deal. The reason I had put them in there before was just ease of copy and paste. So if they did remove it and it's not here, we just need to add it back into here. I like to do that for the writing team just to make it easy for them to use, because they do use this while they're writing the article. Otherwise, they have to go to the Trello card, they have to find the template, they have to open the template, then they have to copy and paste everything from the template and put it back into Neuron Writer here, and then save the file to make sure that they have what they need. So just go ahead and do that while you're doing the setup. If it's missing, I'm not going to look for it while we're doing the video, but if it's not there, it's just that easy. Just open it up. Control A to select all, Control C to copy to your clipboard, and then go into Neuron Writer, go up to the top and Control V, and that will paste it into the editor for you. Okay? So let's go back to our checklist. We do have the content template there, copy of blog post article checklist, completeness checklist. Let's take a look at that. The completeness checklist. There it is right there. Okay, and again, just open it up, make sure it works, so the team has access to it. Otherwise, we may start production and they say, hey, I can't open the link, I can't do my work, and then they move it to the issues column, and then you have to tend to it, to go back to it and fix it, and then tell them it's fixed, and it just slows everything down. So It doesn't take long to just go through and to verify the links that I added. And at the end, after you've added everything, be sure once you attach the file, you click on it and open it to make sure that it actually worked. Okay? All right, so that one is completed too. So if we go back to our checklist, we can check that one off. The copy or the content setup list, that's this list right here that we're looking at. So I'm going to go back to Trello and let's see where that is. Here it is right here, content setup checklist. Now again, like you and I talked about before, this may or may not stay on the card. If it is, it is. If not, no worries. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and check that off. And then the SOP guidelines. Let's look for that one. There it is, SOP guidelines. Again, open it, make sure it works. That is part of the template also that it comes into. And if you haven't read that and you don't know what's in this, please read through here so you're familiar with it. This really just goes through all of the writing, editing, publishing guidelines and our standard operating procedure. That's what SOP stands for, and goes through and tells the writing team and the content team basically what they can and can't do. Okay, so we'll go back here and yep, that's done. So let's go ahead and go back to our template here and check that off, and now rearrange the attachments so that they're in the order listed above, meaning this order right here, okay, that I've listed them on this template. Let's just rearrange them so that they're in the same order, and this again just helps the team know exactly where that is because it's going to be the same on every single card versus us just kind of just adding them all in random order, and then they have to kind of do what I was doing where I have to like kind of go through and read and find, and I'm back and forth, and it just slows things down. So it didn't take long to go in and actually do that. We can look again, the one on the top should be the personal folder, which it is. That's the one up here. The next one down should be the WordPress file, then the Neuron Writer file, and you can go here and just click and drag WordPress, Neuron Writer, and eventually you'll memorize these, I'm sure. Content template, content brief, content template, content brief, completeness checklist, content setup checklist, and SOP. So there it is. Everything's in the right order. We're done. We can check that off. It's completed as well. We've set up the entire Trello card. Now copy the card to the content team calendar in the planned column. Again, maybe this one should be moved along with this other one up here, and I think this one right here. Maybe I'll create that in another version of the template because you'll have to otherwise scroll back up and make sure that you do that one. All right, don't create more than 2 to 3 per day so it doesn't overwhelm the team. What I mean by that is 2 to 3 articles. So I may occasionally work ahead, and I may come in here and I may put 5, 10 that are ready for you to set up. But what I'm stating on that template is don't go through and do all 10 of them and move them over to the team content calendar because they will get overwhelmed because they'll say, oh my gosh, there's so many here. You can actually, if you can actually work on them and actually complete them here, but just don't move them to the team content calendar. All right. And now we'll go on to the next one here, and maybe that shouldn't be a checkbox. Maybe that should just be something in parentheses or something to draw attention to it. All right, so the next one here, mark the content calendar Trello that you just copied with the tag copied to the team calendar. So what I mean by that is really the copying of the article. So once you once you copy the article using the action button here for copy, and you move it, give a copy to the other calendar, then you're going to go through here and we're going to, add the label here, copy to team calendar. And that's what I'm suggesting there. Now, you won't do that actually, once this is all approved and I go through my checklist here for the manager review. Once I go through all this, if I approve everything that you have done for the setup, I'm going to add a tag on there so you know that I've reviewed it and I've finished, and I'm going to add the approved tag there for you. So once I add that tag, they'll be ready to set up and approved, and you'll want to remove those tags before you copy the card to the team calendar, because they don't need to see ready for setup. They don't need to see approved. Okay, they can see planned because it'll be planned for them to start. So basically, once you're finished with everything, I approve everything, you're going to remove these two labels and add the copy to team calendar only after that you copy it over, because otherwise it's going to be on their calendar that it was copied to team calendar, and they're going to wonder why. What is this? I've never seen this tag before. All right, so that's what I mean there. And then this is to remind you that you have finished working on the article card. All right, now my job, I'm going to go through here and I'm going to check the content brief for completeness. Okay, so as you know, I go through and I set up the content brief to start. And really what you need to do is just down here at the bottom where it says set up in Neuron Writer, you're just going to check that to yes, which you have. So it looks like everything in here has been completed. So I'll go ahead and check that one off. Neuron Writer URL completed. Yes, remember we just looked at it in the Trello card. It was there, it was working. Review the Trello card completeness. All the attachments were there, so I'm going to check that one off. And review the Neuron Writer setup. So in the Neuron Writer setup, while we have that open now, let's go back and check to make sure that the Neuron Writer has been set up with a working URL attachment, which we've already verified. Check the keyword list and check the competitor list. So up here, where you suggested keywords is when I'm going to come back up to, and I'm going to go through your recommended removal of keywords that don't match and or they're not a good fit. For instance, if it's a year, a date, we don't want any dates in there, so we'll remove those. And any other keywords that you may think that aren't a good fit. And the only way you're going to really know that is going through and kind of getting yourself familiar with the product in this case that we're reviewing. And if you notice something that just seems odd, I would suggest just adding it here for me to take a look at. Okay, so let's go up here and look at these keywords. These are, remember, the keywords over here, the terms, and we're going to look at the ones in the headings, the H1, the H2 and 3s, and then the terms in the article. So looking at these, we're talking about PixAI. Everything looks okay here. Key features, pros, cons. Okay, I don't see any dates, integration. Those could all fit. I'm also going to look at the title, which is the one I created from the where is it at the content brief. I'm just going to verify that. PixAI review the ultimate tools for innovators. PixAI review the ultimate tool for innovators. Okay, so looks like it's there. Everything is the same, so that is good. We'll click on this, and one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention in this case here is when you use the AI title generator, you're not going to use it for this top title because that's the one I'm creating for you in the content brief. You're just going to copy and paste that, but you're going to use the AI generator for the description, and that's going to try to use all the keywords that were visible, right here in the H2, H3 section. So if we've already removed, say, a date or something like that, then it shouldn't show here, but unless they fix that, it was actually still showing there um, in the past and affecting the date. So hopefully in this new update, they have removed that. I didn't verify that yet. Okay, so we just need to look at and make sure there's no yellow here on the pixels in the character count here. In this case, this title appears to be too long. And what that means is in the search engine, it's going to get chopped off and tourniqueted, maybe one of these words at the end here, so that it's in line with the 960 pix. Right now you can see it's actually 1026, okay, or 173 words, which is too long. So what we want to do here too is, even though we're using the AI generate description, we still want to read it and make sure that it fits in line with our title and matches our user intent from the content brief. Okay, so you can see again, it's a product review. It's for leadership teams, creative teams, content teams, marketing, design, innovators. And the writing is a witty tone of voice, and the title up there, the keyword, and again, the writing styles, all the good stuff that's in there. So coming back over here, we now need to um, see if we can use more of these keywords. In this case, each one you can see has got a value, a percentage sign by them. And the higher percentage that we get in a title and a description, then the higher the SEO score will be to start with. And then when the writer gets it, they already have a higher score. So it should make their job easier. And again, that all comes down to, are the right keywords in the H1 terms, H3. So like if we have dates in here, 2023 in this case, and it's 2024, then that's going to affect this SEO score. It's also going to be listed in the title or the description, and that's going to affect that score and lower it because we didn't use it. And we don't want to use it. So for one, we just need to remove it in this case. So here we are, we're looking at this. Can this be improved is what I want you to do. Again, we need to make sure we're staying the right character count. As you know from the training, it should be 60 characters or less, no more. Right now it's 46. I will tell you too that the character count from the title length here in Neuron Writer is actually different than the one I use to create the title with for the content brief. I'm not exactly sure why. I've never really found the root cause of that. I think maybe it's because the developers of the Neuron Writer platform may use a different system for counting, and maybe that somehow their characters count is different than our character count, which doesn't really make sense to me, but maybe that's the reason. I'm not sure. But they are slightly different, maybe by like two characters, which in this case a character would be a letter, a space, a symbol, anything. Okay. So here it looks like we do have a little bit of room to improve. We see pricing here is valued at 60%, but it doesn't really fit what we're talking about here. So it looks like one that I could probably use is AI. So PixAI review, and maybe somebody doesn't realize it's really an AI tool because PixAI is maybe all one word, right? So maybe we can use that AI again. PixAI review, the ultimate AI tool. Let's try that. Now that's going to give us credit because we used that word, and you can see it turns green. We're still in the right character length. However, I did modify this title. So what I would recommend for you, since I'm the manager, it's okay if I do it. What I would recommend for you is making a note to me hey, Kevin, I noticed that we could add a word into the title that could possibly improve the SEO score. What do you think? You know what I mean? Kind of bring it to my attention. Don't actually add it, but you could look here and go, oh, AI is worth 40%. And you could note that and, send me a message on the Trello card and say, Kevin, I noticed when I was setting up, AI was worth 40% and it was missing from the title, but it is a recommended keyword. What do you think? What do you suggest? Should I add it? And I could give you the yes or no, because there might be a reason why I actually left it out. And you can see actually here, look, there is a 2024. I didn't notice that at first, but it's worth 20%, not a whole lot. These other ones are also worth 20%, and then we have a few 40% in here. So is there any other improvements that we could make to this? PixAI review is a little bit long, and oh wait, this is PixAI art. Okay, but that is a different keyword than what I'm actually using. So my strategy is not for this keyword. My strategy was for this keyword. Okay, and they do produce different values and strengths in the Google search. So we don't want to change that main keyword. Now, if you could add it again, possibly down here in the back, in the middle somewhere, and still keep the main keyword, that's something I'm open to. Okay, so again, bring it up to my attention, and I will take a look at it when I do my review. Use cases, I don't think that can fit anywhere. PixAI art, again, that's kind of like this other one, and then 2024 is not going to work. So this one I added. That's okay. And again, here's what would happen if you asked me to add that AI into the title and I said yes. There's a couple different places now that we have to update our information for the content team, or they're going to get the wrong title and they're going to write about the wrong title. So we need to make sure that we update it in all the places, and I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to look at the description first because we have to bring and fix that. Okay, so here we are. We have Anna May. I don't know, where's Anna May? Oh, Anna May art right here. Okay, discover the power of PixAI, the ultimate tool for creating stunning anime art without artistic skills. Read our PixAI review to learn more about this innovative feature. Okay, so this ending here actually sounds like it's something from the developers, and we're not a developer. We are doing an honest review, a third party. So that actually doesn't fit for what we want. So I have something I can do here. I can delete it, and then I can add more to try to get it closer to a little bit longer and maybe utilize some of these other keywords. I can be creative and just write that, or I can try to use the description AI generator again and see if it produces something a little bit better. Okay, it looks like it still might be okay. The length has shortened into what we really need. Let's go ahead and read it and make sure it's good. Discover the power of PixAI, the ultimate AI tool for innovators in creating stunning anime art with ease. Again, it's saying read our in-depth review today. We don't want that. So it's still giving us that read our thing like we're the developers. So we don't want that into our description because we are not the developers. So our search intent is about reviewing this product. So we can add something about reviewing this article. So again, we have that PixAI art review, which we didn't use up here. Possibly we can add that here down into the description. As long as we have our one keyword still visible somewhere in the description in the title, we are good. So let's see again. What can we do here? Excuse me. Discover the power of PixAI, the ultimate AI tool for innovators in creating stunning anime art with ease. Now we need some type of call to action, or you could put something maybe at the beginning of this title that is more like a an attention grabber. To again, we want to. These two are so important because these two sections here is what is going to entice a reader to click on our article and open it up and read it. If we don't have good titles and good descriptions, they're just going to scan right over our thing and go like, yeah, no, no, no. It's just another one of those things. No, no, I don't. I've already read 5 of them. You know what I mean, kind of thing. So we want to make it. Why is ours different? Why do we want them to come in and read ours? I'm going to use the AI tool one more time and just see. Excuse me. Yeah, no, it's still saying the same thing. Read our review, unleash your create. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was thinking it was about the developer again. No, this is actually good. Read our PixAI review to unleash your creativity. I don't know about unleash your creativity. I don't know if I know that like that, but maybe read our PixAI review um, to learn more or something like that, or to think of something that's going to benefit the user, the reader of this article. What is it going to do here? What's going to benefit them? So we can use AI here. That's going to give us another 60% somewhere. Generate. Um, there you go. Read our review to generate your images today. Oh, a little bit long there. Let's see if we can shorten it somewhere else. We're just barely over. So let's see. That's good though because you're saying call to action, read our PixAI review, and then how's it going to benefit them to generate your images today? Um, let's see what we can do to minimize, maybe take out a couple characters here. Discover how PixAI revolutionizes the creation of stunning anime art. Let's just make that a period. And then what can we do here? AI powered art generator. Discover how Pixar revolutionizes the creation of our stunning anime art. Of stunning anime art with its. I think that's what we had before, right? Why are you giving me this symbol? That is not what I'm clicking on my keyboard. With its. Okay. So we don't need the apostrophe. There we go. Now we're perfect. One character under. We have a good score. We can't. Can we use this AI anywhere else? Read our. Maybe we take out the keyword that we've already used here before. Read our AI review. How about that? Now look, we're going to get that other 60% there, so we have an even better description. We didn't need to say PixAI 2 times in this case. Let's go ahead and just hit save and close. And that puts our score back up to a little bit higher, so at 33. Now I need to go in and check everything is here. Just kind of scroll through the template. Yep, everything's there. Let's look at these keywords real quick. And again, I'm glancing for just things that stand out that probably don't fit. In this case, they all look like they fit. Terms and article. Let's go through and just look. And I'm just going to scan through these. Enthusiast, yeah, that could fit. Prompts, yeah, that's part of generating AI stuff. Integration. AI generator, high quality. Cater. That could be subjective. Excuse me. Again, art styles, hobbyists, may earn. Now that sounds a little bit, may earn what? Like, I have no idea what that could be. So that would be one I would ask you to add to the list. for excluding from suggestions. In this case, I'm going to just go ahead and do it while I'm here. Please don't remove them yourself. Add them to the, uh, the setup list here for me to review. And digital art, intuitive could be, and now the extended ones, again, we're just going to kind of go through those again as well. PixAI offers, could be, maybe they're offering something the writer might write about. Artistic, creative, yeah, all sounds good. 2024, nope, we don't want any dates, so that would be another one to add. Exclude, yes, it could be the year that we are in now, but we don't want to constantly go back and update our article because of a date only when maybe nothing else has changed. So it's just going to cause more work down the road. So I don't like to add pricing information, and I don't like to add any dates to that. So it's more of an evergreen article that we're going to write. Prices change, dates change. Yes, the technology and the product could change as well, and we can update the article if that is the case. Laura, not sure, that would be another one, somebody's name. I'm not sure why that was there. Midjourney, it's similar to Midjourney. Niche, AI generated pros, cons, make a purchase. We can, talk about purchase and price, the word price, but no numbers of price. Text description, cutting edge, suite, maybe it's a suite of products. Seems like it's okay. And that's it. So there was only 2 in there that probably didn't fit. I would have added to the list. We'll save it. Everything in here has been completed. The only other thing we need to do now is we need to verify the writer is added to the article. So if we go back PixAI, I can see Imran in this case is the writer. We assigned his name and we put an expected date. The date right now, 4/12/24, 15. Oh, sorry, this one up here. Let's give a little bit more time. Since today is the 12th and it hasn't been set up yet, let's give him like 4 days. Make it the 16th. Now, I'm sure you did this one on the 15th, so no worries. The date, they're not set in stone in this case. If it was for a customer, yes, possibly. Okay, so it looks like everything here is completed on the Neuron Writer. Keywords, oh, I forgot to look at the competitor list. Let's go back and look at that real quick because, and that's something I should have actually done before I went through and looked at all these keywords, because if the competitors change, these keywords are going to change. So let's look here real quick what we have. So in this case, they changed all of this, so I don't even know where the checkboxes are anymore on this. Let's go back to do it the old way that I'm used to doing it, custom selection, and here we are. So here's the ones you've checked. Remember, the higher the better, but if you can't, that's okay. So let's go ahead and look at the ones that you have selected. So I'm going to click on that one, open it up, and all of these that are checked. All right. So Reddit's not going to be on there for sure. I'm not sure about these other ones, but we'll look at them. Okay, so we got PixAI. Yep, looks like a blog article. Okay, the next one, PixAI AI art review. Yeah. PixAI review. Yeah, short but sweet, I guess. This one, yeah, Art of Fitness Realism looks good. Next one here, Popular Tools, PixAI. Kind of short again, not too bad, I guess. Oh, a lot of FAQs. All right, so those look okay for our competitor list. One thing I just want to verify now is the ones that were skipped over. Let's make sure that those were also not good since they're a little bit higher on the order here. PixAI, yeah, no good. PixAI, top features, no, not looking good. And about TRD, looks like this one might. What is this about here? About PixAI. It looks like they're maybe just selling the tool and they've written a little bit about it. Yeah, but they don't really give a review. So I think you made good choices. Those seem like they're good. So we'll go ahead and just close this. I didn't make any changes. I don't need to save it. I'm going to hit save one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my Neuron Writer. We'll go back over here. We check competitor list. The WordPress setup, is it set to draft? Is the URL working? We know the URL is working. I already opened it here. And then the other thing we're going to check is it set to draft. So we'll edit the post up here on the bar. Just click on that since we already have the page open, and it looks like it is a draft. So everything's good. It is a review. You also check that. That is good. And that's really it. I mean, the content team will do the rest. So nothing has changed here. I'm going to go ahead and close. I don't need to save. And we'll go ahead and check these off here. Now, approved to copy Trello card to the content calendar. I am going to say yes, this is approved, to continue. So now that I've given the approval for it's okay to approve and copy, you'll want to scroll back up and make sure that you've finished everything else at the top here, like this one, and then coming back down to the next one. If you've already done this, in this case we did it together, we could check this off as it is completed. And the writer was assigned. You didn't check that off. I did put 2 days there, but you and I talked about it, and it should be, 3 to 4 days, maybe even 5 days in advance. So you did that as well. You set up this one too. Don't even need to check that box, but I can't remove it because it's for the picture, unless I set it up a different way. All right, so that's it. You'll go back up to the top. You'll start doing these checklists, the ones that were missed, all of these, and then you'll come down and continue, finish all of these here, and then you will be finished. And then just send me a message that says I copied it over to the team calendar. It is now ready for the team, and I will take a look at it. And there shouldn't be anything that I need to do to it at that point, and the team might already start on it because as soon as it's added to their calendar and their name is on it, they could possibly start on it immediately if you add it there. So hopefully everything is good. At that point, I've already approved everything. The biggest thing is just moving this card, or not moving, I'm sorry, copying this card and removing these tags. So I've already added the approved to this one. So that's what I would have done after my review and approving it. And now you'll just come in here, and before you copy it, you're going to uncheck this one, this one. Don't add this one yet. You'll copy it over. You'll do the copy. Everything's going to stay the same. You need to change which calendar. So in this case, team content calendar, which list, planned internal or planned customer, if it is a customer one. and then create card. That's going to copy it over, and then once that card is copied over, you're going to come over here to the label, you're going to add this one. So in our master calendar, you will see, and it will look like this one up here. And of course, these tags will be removed. It will just be these two tags. And then your job at that point will be to just go over to the team content calendar and verify that it did copy over to the right column that you just copied it to. So in this case, it would have came over here to the planned internal, and you should see it here. And then you just need to verify that the writer was assigned. So in Trello, I have an automation, one of these automations up here, to automatically add our writer to there. But as we grow and get bigger and more writers, it won't just be him, and we'll start adding more, and we'll have to randomly divide the work up. And the same thing with the editors and the publishers. So in this case, on this point here, I believe the automation should also now add your name, the VA's name, to the card. And at that point, we can go ahead and assign an editor, or I mean, sometimes I add the editor here now to just kind of give them a heads up, like, hey, I've added you to this card. It's coming down the road, so that they can plan. You know, it may take a day or two, and they can just make plans to, kind of be waiting for this article to finish. Otherwise, usually it gets put into when the writer finishes it, he's going to move it over here to in editing, and then that's when the editing team could also be added to the card if they weren't originally, and we can divide up the work between our our editing team, so that they also evenly distributed work between them. And so again, we could also add an automation down the road when we get to that point. So as we ramp up production, this is what I'm going to be looking for and how we're going to be working and expanding. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions.